Welcome back. My name is Jen O'Sullivan, and I am an essential oil educator, health and wellness coach, and advocate. I love getting on here and helping just educate people, and actually I love discussing things. So I brought up this subject today in my Human Body and Essential Oils group, and the subject is basically, is it wise or unwise to get certified, right? And what would be the downfall to that? What would be the benefit to that? So while most people think it's wise, there is a small group of people that really think it's unwise. And why I say unwise is because there's this confusion surrounding it of thinking, well, I don't want anyone to think they have to be certified in order to actually be a rep, right? So like if you're a Young Living or a doTERRA or any number of essential oil distributors that are out there from any company, most companies historically have looked down on certification simply because it doesn't fit in with their marketing model. I get that. I get that it doesn't, right? Because it doesn't make sense that you could buy a kit and now you can start a business, but oh wait, you need to be certified. You know, you don't. And that's the beauty of oils, right? Is that you don't need to be certified. But what I've found is that as people move further in their business, not talking about new people at all, I'm talking about the fact that as they get excited about oils and they move forward and they start actually seeing traction in their business and more people come to them for answers, they are seeing that they're educating and trying to educate, but they don't have all the answers. And so it's not that we need all the answers, but there's this kind of lack of stability within their own career choice. And it's not about, I guess, lack of education, but it kind of is, right? So, you know, when you work anywhere and you work with a company that's really good and they want you to have continued education. They give you the opportunity to have continued education. And I think that's wise on their part, right? There's a chance that the person could leave and go with some other company, but I really think it's wise to have a company say, you know, if you want to, if you're getting higher up in the company and you'd like to have certification, this is a place that we've kind of created, a safe place for you to learn. So the problem with that is there haven't been any safe places for us to learn. And I've researched so many schools, and so many people talk about other schools and how difficult it is being using the method in which we use, right? So we are very clear. There's so much hype out there about the safety concerns that people have, but when you ask those people, have you tried it? They always say no, because they're fearful. They're not even going to go there because of what the data states. But then you've got hundreds of thousands of people who use them in this way. And I got twice today, two different people messaging me about that old Tennessee article from, like, I don't know, 2 years ago. It's starting to circulate again about some sort of, you know, toxic scare and kids getting admitted to the hospital. And I'm like, no, read it. There was actually, it's all hype. There's no basis. They saying lavender is toxic on kids. It's like, it's not. Whoever wrote this did not have the correct information. And so what I think that's fascinating is, if you are in a position to enjoy what you're doing, then the natural thing is to want to have some meat. And what I mean by that is, in the beginning you get fed milk and it's good, right? It tastes good and it's just awesome and you're enjoying learning. But then you get to the point where you're like, I have kind of harder questions that no one's really able to answer for me. And that's where finding a school that can help comes into play, right? Well, we follow the French method, and in the United States, you guys, honestly, that is looked down upon. Like, people seriously get very upset, okay? Like, really upset that we would even consider doing the French method. And is there even a French method? I mean, it's like people get really upset about this whole thing. But what I found was one school, and they're a school that's highly recognized in the industry. This is not a like Mickey Mouse operation. This is like everybody knows and respects this school. they opened a class last September. It hasn't even been a year, that has gotten a lot of like hype from it. But at the end of the day, we're all stoked, right? Because she's allowing the general public to learn the French method. And so she's offering education, safety, data that you can't get anywhere else in a way that is a safe place to learn. And get this, we're learning compliance. We're learning compliance in a really powerful way. That was the most eye-opening, most shocking thing. So to become certified in French medicinal aromatherapy is pretty darn amazing. And so it's a school, like I said, that is recognized by the NAHA. It's the East-West School for Aromatic Studies. But the cool thing about it is that they have been so kind to us, like so kind to help us, to educate us, to welcome us. Whereas every other essential oil aromatherapy school, if you even mention that you're in Young Living or doTERRA or any of the other companies, they seriously have a problem with you. And I hate that. I hate that about the aromatherapy industry. I absolutely wish we would all just get along. I wish that there would be love in our groups and respect for one another. It is what it is. So what I want you guys to do is to just check out Ignite Academy, okay? Because I agree. I think that at some level it's not duplicatable, meaning you can't, tell somebody that, yeah, sign up and become a distributor, and by the way, you need to get certified. I think it's something that they'll seek out on their own, and I think that's the power of it. They're going to want to learn more when they hit senior star, or even silver potentially, or even star. But I think when they're senior star or executive, they're like, I like this and I dig it and I really want to have better answers. So they don't need to be fully certified. I don't think that that's really necessary. I think, though, having a foundation and having a certification in French aromatherapy, which is a smaller 3-month course, all online, all at your own pace, is a better option. Now, price comes up all the time, and that's why we created Ignite Academy, was to get a group discount, and we have a pretty amazing group discount. It's a $425 course that's discounted for us for $250. Like, you can't get it any cheaper. I mean, it's amazing, and it's an incredible education. So I encourage you to save your chips and get in as soon as you can and get that class and start. We have we're on module 3 right now for the French cert in one of our cohorts, so you're not too far behind. It's easy to catch up. Or not, just kind of go along at your own pace. But I encourage you guys to get in there. So those of you guys who stayed with me on this scope or have continued to watch the replay, I'm going to just share with you something that's really exciting. Something that we're working on. We're looking at what does it look like to have not a Young Living specific course, but sort of. Maybe something shorter, where it's a mini certification for people who maybe don't even have $250, maybe doing like $150 certification, or something smaller, something shorter that doesn't take as long, because that's another thing for people where they're like, I would love to do this, I just don't have any time. But to have a kind of a mini certification under your belt of safety and understanding constituents better, understanding how to consume properly and how to speak compliantly. And these are the things that we're actually discussing. Like, Young Living is discussing these things. Like, it's no joke. And we're looking at bringing this to you guys. And I don't know if and when this is going to happen, because it hasn't been fully approved yet. But I'm just letting you guys know that it's super exciting, that hopefully come fall, that's our thought process, is that in the fall, we will be able to bring you guys something that is like unbelievable. Okay, like super crazy cool. So I think it's going to be super exciting, and I hope that you guys get involved. Watch the replay of this, because if you just joined, I made a crazy announcement that could be very cool. We're talking with, I'm not even going to mention who we're talking with, but we're talking with some major people in Young Living to see if this is something that would make sense for Young Living to actually support. Simply because this school has been so supportive of us, and there really hasn't been any school that has been supportive of a direct sales company. So time is always key, yeah. It's always hard to get on board with things when you've got too much going on. But hey, I'm writing a book right now. I'm actually writing 2, because I'm revising the one and I'm writing a brand new book for you guys, and I'm taking the full cert. So you guys got to get on it. I know. I have an 8-year-old who's like self-administering everything. He does his own thing. So I get it. I have more time on my hands right now. But for sure, you guys, check it out. If you're not in Ignite Academy, get your butt in there. Okay, so it's facebook.com/groups and then /Ignite Academy. If you haven't figured out by now, most all of my things that I do is basically the name of it after groups. Okay. You can also go to jenessentials.com, and that will give you a link through to everything. So if you're just finding me and I speak your language, I think that's part of the issue with most people, is that I tend to speak their language, or I don't. Some people can't stand me. Cool. Find somebody else. But if you get me, if you go to jenessentials.com, and there's a resources page, and I actually give you links to all of my offerings. So you can get on my YouTube channel and watch hundreds of videos that are training videos. You can get on Ignite Academy. You can subscribe to my blog. You can actually get into a really cool group called The Human Body and Essential Oils, where there's a lot of fun just discussion about oil usage. All right, that's it. Have a great day, and we will talk soon. Bye.